Louis here is an insurance agent. I wanted to really talk about kind of your early life, tell me a little bit about, who you are, where you were born.
Well, I was born in Cuba.
Okay.
Havana. Everybody says that they were born in Havana. I was actually born in Havana. And then 16 days after that, I was taken into Camagüey, which is where I grew up. And I spent the first 14 years of my life in there. Because my dad is from Camagüey, my mom's from Havana.
Okay.
And then I guess they just went there to help me, whatever. It is what it is.
How was your childhood? Did you have a happy childhood?
I had a happy childhood, yeah.
Okay.
The only thing I didn't like about my childhood was taking so many naps because my mom would put me to sleep right after lunch. I hated that. I just wanted to go outside, play with the other kids because in Cuba, everybody's in the streets, so the kids know each other. They're always playing baseball or anything that they can get their hands on that could be a game because there's not many resources around. So you'll get a stick from anything and like a little cap of a bottle of medicine or whatever and just play it. We'll be happy. So I had a happy childhood. I had legit friends because over there people don't really be looking at you because of what you have other than, who you are as a person. If you're cool, we're cool. If you're not cool, then we have problems. That's pretty much how it goes in Cuba as a kid. I think that part of my childhood affected who I am as a person nowadays a lot. Because if I hadn't been in that environment around people, seeing so many different type of people and so many different backgrounds and ethnicities, everything together, in Cuba it's like that, and then everybody's the same,
And that's
we're all fucked.
That's one of the conversations I have, primarily with people of different ethnicity. To me, I'm Cuban as well, born in Cuba as well. We don't really have racism in Cuba. I mean, that may not necessarily be 100% of an accurate statement because there's racism everywhere.
Right.
But when everybody's broke, everybody's hungry, there's no room for racism.
We're all going through the same things.
And that's one of the actual problems I see with America. Everybody's a victim. Everybody has something that they can self-blame of why they can't achieve this or that. Or, one of the things that I currently say is that I'm happy I'm not an American in the sense of being born here. And I'm not at the same time. So I wish I was born in this country so I could have maybe done something big like presidency or whatever.
Right.
But at the same time, the way I see it right now, being a white Cuban, being a white Dominican, being a white Hispanic, anything is the most favorable thing you can do right now. Because number one, you're Hispanic. So if they get a little crazy with you, empiezo a hablar español, and they're like, oh, okay. Exactly, right? And the other part is, the white thing, where it's like a stigma in this country. White Americans aren't the same anymore. I don't want to say any bad words, but they've become a little pussified. Let's put it like that. Where... Yep. And there goes another towel, guys. This is crazy, George. But back to my point, they've lost, that manlyhood that I think is so important for any country, not just the U.S. Once we start losing real men, society crumbles.